Hello everyone, TheMrTrails here. Today we have Dauntless 1.11.4, which is going to be including not only a Spore-Struck Embermane upgrade to Fenror, but also a dire variation of that behemoth as well. And that will be similar to the Frostwolf upgrade that happened last year, which means we have new weapons, new armor, and a new cell along here as well. So let's take a look. Drop a like for me, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and let's get into it. Alright, so they did release a trailer for Earthshaper Fenror here. There are a couple of interesting things to note. You see, the axe gets thrown here, and Fenror then jumps over it. Not sure if that's going to actually translate to the gameplay, but then you also saw that underground attack. Obviously, that's going to be in the game some way. They make that a point of emphasis. And this is obviously the attack that Spore-Struck Embermane already had, but it sets them up for the nice closeout sequence. Of course, it remains to be seen how many new attacks are there going to be, did the AI get any better, and how much different is Earthshaper Fenror going to be than the regular version. But Fenror and Earthshaper Fenror allow you to craft the Stonewood armor set and Fenror weapons. And then this thing at the end here is actually the Fenror weapon unique effect, which as those things crumble below, they will actually deal damage. Do I think it's going to shake up the Terra weapon meta right now? Not really, unless there's a really good perk on the weapon, or if that damage from these is going to be good enough and controllable enough to where you can use it in just overpower states to get it to do even more damage. That is, if the unique effect isn't item type damage or something like that. But with the Fenror weapons and armor set, we actually don't know right now how good they are, so it'll be a complete surprise a couple days from now. What we could probably guess is that the helmet is going to have the new perk on it. So our new perk is Rushdown. The Rushdown perk interrupting a behemoth restores stamina and grants increased movement speed. And at +6, Rushdown also temporarily removes all stamina costs. So we finally have a cell here that specifically incentivizes you to get interrupts. And yes, Overpower already does that, but that's any staggerable state. This is specifically going for the interrupts. But unfortunately, it doesn't actually seem like this cell is going to be very impactful at all, except for obviously the synergy here with Tempest. But you also have a layer of anti-synergy there where you have to get the interrupt to increase your movement speed, but getting an interrupt means that the behemoth isn't going to be up and attacking for you to dodge through its attacks, so you can't get your Tempest damage bonus from. I didn't get test access here, so I really don't know what degree of strength this is going to be. I don't know how long a duration is going to be on this, if it has one. But I would say from its stamina boosting perks, it's probably not going to be useful for high levels of gameplay. This is probably going to be something where only really lower level of gameplay / people who are new to the game might end up using this cell. If this move speed bonus is actually huge, then maybe you can run it in a Tempest build. Like Invigorated is 50%, and if this is bigger than that, then maybe. But next up, we have another island adventure coming in. So a lot of people were understandably disappointed with Island Adventures. I don't really know how to feel about them myself. We'll have to wait and see if they do live up to, this more grandiose thought you would have about Island Adventure. People were kind of disappointed that it's just, doing a quest around an island. They do say here, though, that they are going to be looking for ways to make future Island Adventures stand out from regular quests. I'm guessing based on this statement, though, that this one is going to be basically kind of the same thing that we had on last patch. And then we have more of the seasonal quest line, of course. Moving on to some other changes, they're adjusting die rumors. They are going to be basically fixed quests here. Each of the die rumors is going to have these two parts with the same layout. Of course, in the Spore-Struck Embermane mission, Spore Problems, that is going to be Fenror now instead, and they've actually taken some steps to shorten this mission to kind of fit it along with the other levels of gameplay. So the collection stage has gone down from 3 minutes to 90 seconds, and then the buff granted by Spore Collection is going to be increased. Because you're going to have less time to run around, you are going to have less mushrooms, so you're going to need a little bit bigger buff to counteract that. And then they have some miscellaneous bug fixes here. But speaking of miscellaneous bugs, there was a interesting bug that crept up today, and it seemed like only for about a half hour or so. A lot of people ended up getting like level 0 weapons and just having all of their chain blades disappear from their inventory. Like, here are a couple screenshots from earlier. Chain blades is just gone, and then in the crafting menu, just this two swords, no chain blades. Chain blades just didn't exist for like a half hour or something. But weird bug. Honestly, I was interested in making a quick video about that today, but it was fixed by the time I was actually able to to check it out. But yeah, that pretty much looks like it's going to be it for this patch. This roadmap here hasn't been quite updated just yet, so I will let you guys know when that happens. A question on our minds, what might they have planned for 1.12? The trials update is pretty much already here. We have a couple of new trials slated as well. But my guess here is we're probably going to see some combination of these three things that are currently in production. As much as I would love it, I don't think we're going to see this new game mode for a little bit still. We did have some discussions about it today. It does seem it's going to be quite a bit of way off. But if they deliver what they're talking about right now, this might even be more hype than the Hunting Grounds release was. So maybe they have been updating this a little bit, because I was about to click on the Behemoth Part Alchemy here, and this one says the scope of this is larger than anticipated, so we'd probably be seeing this a little bit later. So if I had to guess, then we're probably going to see some combination of these coming in 1.12 as well as what we have slated for trials. But yeah, that's basically going to be it for this one, guys. Thank you for watching. Drop a like for me, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And I have been Trevor. I go by the Mr. Trails, and I will catch you guys next time.